Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to do a video on what I'm using to help the implantation process. I have no idea if a sperm met an egg, but nobody really does until you get a positive on the test. So in order to try to help get a positive on the test, just in case the sperm did meet an egg, I have some things that I'm doing. So basically these are things that I'm doing to help support the implantation process. Now, I put a video a few days ago about using ovulation test strips, and so what I wanted to update you on is that I did get a positive ovulation test strip, and I'm going to show you right now. So here's what I have. So this is where says February 14th, and this is where I got lines that looked equal to each other in darkness. You can kind of see, I feel like I had a build up a little bit. Now you're supposed to test the same time every day, and I started out doing that in January, and then in February reality hit, and I just tested whenever I could, multiple times a day, to just try to keep on track. So that's where I think I got my positive. There were some darker lines down here, and these were on like the 16th, but they weren't this dark. So that's where I think I got it. And you can see this was yesterday. It got a lot lighter. So this is where I believe I would count as getting a positive, which means that when you get a positive, it's usually 12 to 36 hours after your positive ovulation strip that you would possibly ovulate. If you actually do ovulate, there's a chance that you can have, your body can almost ovulate and then not. So since I'm still breastfeeding and this is my only second cycle back since night weaning my 17-month-old son, I wouldn't be surprised if my body was still trying to figure things out and, didn't even actually ovulate, especially because I'm sleeping really terribly at night right now. My 17-month-old son is still having a really hard time not nursing at night, and so we're still up a lot. So that really throws things off, and part of what that throws off is your progesterone levels. You need rest, adequate rest at night to have adequate progesterone levels, which are needed to support a pregnancy in the first 3 months. Is really important. So in order to support that, just in case sperm did meet an egg and it's wanting to implant but it needs more progesterone or whatever, or a better uterine lining, here are some of the things I've been doing. So I kind of mentioned this in the other one, for the uterine lining, I've been drinking red raspberry leaf tea. A disclaimer, I'm no one when it comes to this kind of, I have nothing professional to offer, except for I'm just a person who's looked into a lot of things, and these are things that I have personally felt safe doing. Red raspberry leaf tea, what I read is that you wouldn't do it once you got pregnant. You would stop, and you could do it in the 3rd trimester after that. But some people think it can aid in miscarriage. But it's good for pre-pregnancy. So red raspberry leaf tea, I get that on Amazon in bulk in a bag like this. This is almost empty, and it's a different tea, but this is what the bag looks like. It comes with a ton, and I just like buying in bulk better. It's a better price, and this is organic and blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the other tea I've been using. It's nettle leaf tea, and it looks like this. It's really high in as far as teas go, it's supposed to be really high in iron, and it's supposed to help with seasonal allergies too. That's just random, but so I give this to my kids all the time for just health support, but it's very mild. Both of these are really mild tasting. My kids drink it, and we just put some honey, and then they like it. So I've been doing this. So I, blend the nettle with the red raspberry, brew some tea. This I add. It's supposed to help with digestion and be high protein, and it's got some natural. It has some natural amino acids in it, which is just helpful. And I just put a scoop of this in my tea. I just feel like it's extra support. So that's one tea I make, and then in that tea I do add honey or maple syrup. So organic, pure maple syrup. If you check maple syrup labels, some of them actually add sugar and other stuff to them. So you want to make sure when you read it, it says organic, pure maple syrup. And yeah, I usually get this on Amazon in a large one. We like those. It's price-wise, it's a little bit better, but I ran out and I just grabbed this at Trader Joe's. But maple syrup, according to some people, helps decongest your liver. I believe that I read that from the medical medium. And basically what I needed was a sugar substitute, because I really like sweet, and I'm trying not to have a lot of processed sugar, because actually processed sugar can really inhibit your fertility. So then here's honey, right? Honey is a natural antibiotic. I read, I believe, in the How to Get Pregnant Naturally After Age 30 book, which I donated to a friend, but it was really interesting. And in one of them, they said a lot of times women who are having fertility problems, if they just do a round of antibiotics, which, we don't take, now no one takes that lightly and for good reasons, but they would get pregnant after that because they had a low viral infection that they didn't even know was happening, but it was impairing their fertility. So what that made me think of were things like honey, especially Manuka honey. And I just got these at Trader Joe's, but organic raw honey, this is the kind I really, really like. It's super thick and it tastes like I like eating it just out of the jar. It's like, kind of looks like a balm, or it kind of looks like a balm or something, but it's super yummy. Anyways, Manuka honey is supposed to be super helpful in viral and bacterial infections, and just helping you fight them off. And so is just regular organic raw. And so I figure, just add those in. Sometimes I add those to my tea or other snacks throughout the day. Okay, and then the other drink, tea I've been drinking is this. I just happened to have this. I was looking in my cupboard because I was gonna either purchase something or just use something I already had in. I was looking for maca root, because maca, I heard or read, is like a natural clomid, has a natural clomid type effect. And I'm so sorry I don't have exact information of where I got my information, but I use the natural fertility website a lot, and also I was doing the fertility homeopath on YouTube, watching a lot of her videos. So maca root is supposed to help balance hormones, and is supposed to help with ovulation. And now there are other things in here that I wouldn't, if I were to get a positive pregnancy test, I would stop using this immediately. And I've read that you can use maca throughout the entire pregnancy and it has great effects. So I might just get just maca root, but there's other things in this one that I wouldn't feel comfortable using. There's rubiose leaf, mura, huama, ashwagandha, hibiscus, passion flower. Ashwagandha is good because it's an adaptogen. It helps your body adapt and do well in all circumstances. So I've been drinking one of these tea bags a day. The other thing I do is I've been adding this concentrates mineral drops to my water. So these just have minerals that are missing now in our soil and our water. They get filtered out or they get bleached out of our water sources and blah blah blah. So it's ionic sea minerals from the Great Salt Lake in Utah. So the other thing you can do that I also like to do is just put sea salt in my water, and this is something else I've been doing in the morning is I do lemon water and I do a bunch of sea salt in the lemon water, and that just helps flush toxins from your body, but also the sea salt has trace minerals in it that I might not be otherwise getting. So I just feel like that's extra. Then when that's out, this is very, very similar. It's supposed to be like an electrolyte drink substitute that you just add to your water instead of buying like an electrolyte drink. So basically it's all from sea minerals. It's got magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, and zinc. Sea minerals. Yeah, so I actually think the trace minerals is probably better than this, but both a very similar option. Also, a natural option of that besides sea salt is lemon as well. They both have electrolytes in them. Then the last drink, well, that's actually not the last drink that I make, and I do these every day right now, is dandelion root. So dandelion root is supposed to be super helpful for your uterine lining as well, and I really like it. Actually, I had this anyways because it's kind of a coffee substitute for me. When I say coffee kind of, I mean kind of. Don't go get this thinking it's going to taste just like coffee, because it doesn't, but it's very similar. It's got a more earthy flavor to it, but I do just a tiny bit, and you just scoop out, it's like powder, you scoop it out and then you add warm water, and then I just add milk and maple syrup or honey and some cinnamon, and it tastes kind of like a coffee drink. It's good enough, you know? And yeah, and it's supposed to be detoxifying as well, and my children also drink that drink I just mentioned. We call it special milk, and so I'll either put cow's milk, which I don't know how I feel about at this point, but I have been trying to drink it because I read that studies show that women who drink more cow's dairy or dairy in general, eat and drink, have higher fertility rates, or like successful implantation rates. So I've just been drinking that, but I don't necessarily feel like it's the healthiest thing. We have oat milk too, and I feel kind of good about that. I hear my son calling me, so I'm gonna go check on him and come right back to you. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I know this probably sounds so crazy and like over the top, but this is what I've done with every pregnancy, and pretty much, and I feel like it worked out kind of well. Every successful pregnancy, it worked. This is why I started doing it, is because I had a miscarriage with my first pregnancy, and so then I got like hyper, crazy. But anyways, so the other thing I take is a multivitamin. Ooh, it's the baby. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, a multivitamin. I like this Baby and Me one because it's made from all natural foods and ingredients. So like for instance, the zinc comes from rice amino acid chelate, and the vitamin B12 is methylcobalamin, which is more broken down, which I need because I have done genetic testing and I have HFR gene, which can affect your folate, how you metabolize B vitamins, especially like folate. So folic acid doesn't actually work well for my body. I don't process it. I don't break it down and like turn it into folate. So I have to get methylated folate vitamins. So I have to look for methylcobalamin on my vitamins. So, or folate. I can't have ones that say folic acid. So this is the other one I'm taking. It's a B12 and a methylfolate. I take extra because of my issues breaking down folic acid. I'm actually, as far as I understand, not supposed to even eat it, and it's in lots of things like bread and pasta because apparently the folic acid blocks my absorption for folate. It's confusing. I don't even really understand, but what I took away from it is I'm not supposed to really have it, but it's in everything because food is what's it called, like it's added to foods. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have that, but the other thing I'm taking is this. It helps detoxify, and one of the things that I read this detoxified was like EMF exposure, which I feel like I have problems with, and radiation. And magnesium. Magnesium is super important for all sorts of functions in the body. It does help with sleep. It aids with sleep a lot. So the magnesium glycinate is the one that I get because it's supposed to be forms of magnesium. I just looked up forms of magnesium and cool little like downloads come up. So chloride, it's for detoxing, metabolism, and kidney function. Citrate is good, or it's not recommended, which is the one that everyone takes right now, and even I have in my cupboard because it was super popular. But the calm, the magnesium calm, that is a citrate, and it's not recommended anymore. Because it says it causes iron dysregulation and health issues, but I feel like there's always something that's really popular and then they come out and say, oh, you shouldn't take it, and that's just crazy and frustrating, but I just have to follow with what's current. So I currently will not take that. But glycinate, this says it's relaxing, it has a good absorption rate, it helps with the leaky gut and nerve pain. I have had leaky gut problems in the past. I think they're kind of back actually. So a lot of this stuff that I'm doing helps with leaky gut, but I think I have SIBO again, which I can go into in a whole other thing because I did like a huge protocol, a SIBO healing protocol with a naturopath, and then I did some at-home stuff, and yeah, it was crazy, but it worked, and now I think I have it back. So anyways, basically SIBO affects your absorption of the food you eat and causes discomfort and some other side effects. There's magnesium malate, which is energizing. It's good for muscle pain. Magnesium oxide. There's so many. This isn't a magnesium video, but that's why I chose it. Okay, then there's vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is actually super important for implantation, and I heard that from the fertility homeopath on YouTube. She recommended taking vitamin C. Vitamin C with citrus bioflavonoids. So that's basically, from what I understand, like antioxidants, I believe. Extra good for you. That's what it is. It's extra good for you. Then I take a fish oil, which also fertility homeopath mentioned that omegas are super important and helpful in the implantation. And I think I need to start taking, I haven't been taking this, but I have it, I need to get, is extra zinc, because I don't know if you've seen, but like when you have, can you see on my nail, the little white lines? those are indicative of a zinc deficiency. At least that's what I've heard. So there are certain things you need to help absorb zinc better, and I forget what those are. I think because I think copper and zinc battle each other. So I'm gonna look into that and see if I can absorb zinc better. But then I have this other B12 supplement, which I was hoping to kind of replace with this one, even though I always feel like liquids absorb better. And this is a little tablet that you let dissolve on your mouth. I really didn't enjoy taking this one. I don't know, but it's supposed to be really, really good. But yeah, this one was recommended also by the medical medium. I was being really great, and I wanted to like it, but you're supposed to put it under your tongue in the front, and it hurts my teeth. I think it gives me cavities. I don't have cavities there, but it feels like it, and it's weird. But yeah, so I got this to kind of replace it, but I need to just finish it too. The fertility homeopath also recommended a certain homeopathic treatment. It wasn't this one, but it's in this one, and I already had this one. It's kelp flower, and she recommended taking it twice a day. They're little tabs, and you just throw them in your mouth on your tongue and let them dissolve. You're not supposed to touch them with your fingers. They're sweet, it's easy. This one in particular is supposed to help. It says it's a combination of all 12 cell salts, and it's for relief of symptoms of cold, simple nervous tension, fatigue, and headaches. But I'm just taking it because it has the kelp flower in it, and I figure it can't really hurt anything, but I probably would stop it as soon as I got a positive pregnancy test. Although homeopathic remedies are supposed to be not harmful. Supposed to be. Again, I am not a homeopath or a doctor or a nurse or a nutritionist. I have made a personal decision to use progesterone cream. This is a natural progesterone cream made with wild yam. Some people think that it doesn't work. Some people think that it does. I looked up progesterone, what would happen if you had too much, and there's no negative side effect that I could find. I have used it in the past with my daughter with that pregnancy. You use it only in the beginning of the pregnancy. I will definitely, if I get a positive, let my practitioner know that I've been using it and go off of it the safest way possible. I believe you would use it though the first 3 months. It's similar to Vitex. So if you're taking the Vitex or chasteberry supplement, you would use that through the first 3 months, and then you would stop using it, because that's when progesterone is imperative and vital for keeping the baby in you. So yeah, that's a personal choice. I have to do it twice a day. It's a cream. Smells funky, not horrible. Yeah, kind of bad. But yeah, it's just a little bit that you rub on your body in certain places. This is another brand that's really good that I have. I got this before when I had my son, and I just decided not to use it. I didn't feel like I needed to, but this time I do feel like I need to because of my sleep and my cycles being new. So those are all the supplements I'm taking. I still have more. I know this is a lot. So this is some of the food I'm eating. So I've been eating Brazil nuts, about 6 a day. This is supposed to help a lot. Brazil nuts were specifically listed as helpful in implantation, and they're high in selenium, and I'm going to use this protein powder that is made from pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin seeds are supposed to be really high in zinc as well, and so are cashews. So I've been buying like a fancy nut mix and eating nuts every day because they're high in the healthy omegas, fats, and zinc. Oh, I forgot, this kind of goes with my drinks, but coconut oil as well as the honey is good for a natural like antibiotic type situation, and so it's antiviral and it's a good healthy fat. So this, I just take a little, like a teaspoon, and mix it in my teas or the milk drink. And then barley grass barley grass juice powder. It's like a really, really good way to, if you have trouble getting your greens, putting some of this in a smoothie is a really healthy option. I'm gonna go check on my son. I'll be back. Okay, I gotta hurry. This is taking way longer than I thought. And yeah, so spirulina I also do every day in a smoothie. Dates, because they're really packed with a lot of nutrients, and you can throw them in a smoothie. They're super easy. I don't love them alone, so I just put them in a smoothie. I heard that there was a study done where women who had servings of like whole grains had better implantation rates. So I'm doing oatmeal once a day, and then I haven't started eating quinoa, but I thought I will add some quinoa in. And I also add this to anything that I feel like you can add it to. So it's a blend of hemp seeds, which are good protein, and chia seeds, which are good fiber and omegas. And then it also has some coconut flakes, but coconut's healthy too. And it has some flax seeds in there, ground flax seeds, which are good with the omegas as well. And this is just like a greens powder blend, which similar to the other two, the spirulina and the barley grass. This would be an easy way to throw into your smoothie some extra greens. But I do try to put like kale and spinach in if I get a chance. Kale or spinach in. I can't do both. Cinnamon and cayenne pepper are supposed to be good for like blood circulation, which you're supposed to really need at this time. So light exercise is supposed to help, walking or yoga, but nothing heavy, nothing intense, to help with implantation. All right, I don't know where I read it, but carrot juice, fresh carrot juice, is supposed to help with implantation. Yeah, I should look it up again, but I know I read that somewhere. I did that with my son in that 2-week wait window. And then the last thing that I came across a bunch of times, which is so funny because I just had gotten this, like, just because my son really likes all kinds of beans and I love garbanzo beans. I got this in bulk on Amazon. It is dried garbanzo beans, but apparently they're really high in zinc and something else. What I know is I came across garbanzo beans multiple times when I was looking into supporting implantation. So these are all the things. This one smoothie that I've really been trying to have also frequently is the Medical Medium's Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. When I did that before we got pregnant with my son, I felt so good. I was also doing the celery juice every morning. I did notice a difference when I drank it in the past. It's super simple. It's cilantro, fresh cilantro, banana, wild blueberries. They're in the freezer section. They're not even organic, but that's what he says, those ones. They're from Maine. And orange juice, and the spirulina and the barley grass powder, some dulse seaweed. I'll show you that. little seaweed flakes. You just throw it in your smoothie. That's the thing. And let's see, I think that's it. I think that's all that goes in that smoothie. You can add anything, of course, that you want to it. Yeah, so that's it. The last thing that I haven't started doing, but I'm gonna start today, is there is a song, there's like music on YouTube that is supposed to help implantation. It's really weird, but I did it with my son as well, and I just play it in the background, and I was playing it, I think, in my 2-week wait symptom video for my son, and yeah, it's chill music. And I figure you might as well just listen to it if it helps, like who knows. And also with my son, I did a lot of praying and meditation and deep breathing every night. So I feel like all those things really helped. And that's all the things I'm doing. And if you think I'm crazy, you're right. I pretty much am. But doing these kinds of things makes me feel like I have some sort of control, or like I did everything I could. So if it doesn't happen, at least it wasn't because I didn't do something that I could have been doing. And I do not judge anyone else in that way whatsoever, but that's how I judge myself. That's what happened after I had my miscarriage. That's how I felt. Like, what did I do wrong, or what did I not do? And I feel like I do this to give myself a sense of control, so that if something does happen, I can be like, well, I literally did everything that I could possibly do. So it obviously just really wasn't meant to be. So that's it. And I'll let you know, I mean, I guess my 2-week wait video will be next, like symptoms. I'm only 3 days past ovulation, so I don't really have symptoms, but with my other children, I started getting them around 3 days. So like breast tenderness, and before I got a positive with my son, I'm watching a squirrel right now. It's really weird. He's like dancing in my yard. It's strange. It looks like a mating dance or something, but there's no other squirrels, so I don't know what's happening. He's definitely male. It's kind of weird. Anyways, yeah, so 2-week wait symptom video. We will see. Right now, my gut feeling is that I'm not pregnant. I feel like maybe I didn't even actually release an egg. I just have that feeling right now, but I don't know if it's just because I don't want to be disappointed or not. But anyways, that's it. Thank you so much. Sorry that was so long and like insane, but I wanted to share that in case anyone was in the same situation as me, which if you are, please comment down below, because I would love to know if anyone's trying. I didn't go home my son, but I would love to know if anyone else is trying right now and what you're doing. If you have anything that I didn't mention that I could add, because you know I will. All right, bye.